I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but parody sucks. I've said this for 25 years, and I've always pointed out that Star Wars would suck if you took Darth Vader out of it. You need an evil presence, just like
Hmm.
the New York Yankees provide for baseball and have forever. They're a hateable team, and that's
For
nice.
sure.
The New England Patriots gave us that same thing in football for 20 years. Now without them, it lays bare the fact that everybody's kind of the same. Like, I mean, just as you could say, are the Bills by far and away, or the Eagles, and then really who sucks real bad? Like
Well,
they're all
I,
kind of close, and it's a little unsatisfying.
I want to ask that exact question to you. But I will say there still is a bad guy. It's still the Patriots. It's just Darth Vader is on his deathbed, and we just walk around and smack him in the face when there's nothing there's nothing you can do. So
Prequel Darth Vader, right? Pathetic
that's right,
Anakin limping around. No, Darth Vader,
right.
not scary Vader, right?
So you talk about parity. I think 3 years ago there were 7 undefeated teams entering week 5. 2 years ago there were 5. Now it's 1, or however I move those years around. But now it's only the Eagles. We'll get to them in a second. But who is the worst team, Martin, in the NFL? That's what. And I have to say, Shaq, if we have to say, and the worst team in 2022 is not like the worst team in 2019. The worst team in 2022 is going to put up more than 10 points a game. The worst team is not going to win 3 games this year. I think they're going to win more. I don't think we're going to see a 2-15 or a 3-14. That said, Shaq, it's the Panthers in my estimation, it's Washington, and it's your team. I would say those are the 3. Do you want to take a breath? Do you want to wipe your brow while Martin responds first? Let Martin respond. Who is the worst team?
That's fascinating because I have the worst team as the Chicago Bears, even though they've won 2 games.
Yeah,
Like
I
I think that
guess.
I don't. It's to me, it's between them and the Commanders because I don't see any path to offensive success at all right now for either one of those 2 teams, but especially the Bears. I mean, Justin Fields has as many pass completions as Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson had in the first half of that game, like in the entire season.
He had
Like
11, which was a huge increase, right? He had like coming off 7s and 8s, and he had 11. It's like, oh my God, roll out the red carpet for Justin Fields. I don't even necessarily think it's his fault. I had the Bears to have the worst record overall, so I want to stick with that. It sucks that for me that they're 2-2, but I'll say this: they're a team that they're going to be frisky. You got a bunch of frisky teams. You want it to be Seattle. Geno Smith is passing 70%. He's hitting 70%. Check. Talk us out of picking the Steelers straight up for worst team.
Well, you're more than welcome to do that. But yes, the Bears, I mean, they're trying to lose games. The Texans are kind of now in a weird spot. I don't know that they really believed it, but I think over the course of the past 12 months or whatever, they talked themselves into, we can get by with Davis Mills. Let's see what the kid has before we jump the gun and do something different there. They are now going to move on from Davis Mills. That's my guess. But yeah, I think, but these are teams that are kind of actively hoping they don't win too many games this year. The Steelers are not doing that. I mean, I'm not going to put them down there on the record says they are, but yeah, the commies are in worse shape than the Steelers are going forward. Yeah,
I don't know. I
Bears and
don't
commies.
know.
Really?
What do you give? I think it's close. I don't know. What's the spread in the neutral field, Washington and Pittsburgh? All right, listen, whatever you're betting, teasers, over, under, do it through Caesars because they have all the names. Caesar himself, Cleo, the Mannings, Henrik Lundqvist, and now yours truly. Yes, Against All Odds is now a proud member of the Caesars empire. And you know what it is that sets Caesars Sportsbook and Casino apart from the others? It's the perks. It's the only sports betting app with Caesars rewards. So every time you place a bet, win or lose, you get reward credits, which could use towards game tickets, bonuses, experience free stays at iconic Caesars destinations, and more. And your very first bet, check this out, Harry. It's on Caesars. Up to $1,250. If you win, congrats. If you don't, you'll get it all back as a free bet. That first bet also gives you 1,000 tier credits and 1,000 reward credits, putting you closer to the types of perks only Caesars can offer. So download the app, use promo code CZRFULL, and go full Caesars this season. What do you give Pickett? What kind of grade? C plus? for week
Oh
4?
no, I think for the spot he was dropped into, and by the way, I like that spot.
Oh no.
I
What
thought
is it?
I like that spot emotionally. I would rather be thrown into it than be like, hey, sweat it for the next 10 days because you're the guy who has to save the season versus like, hey, we ain't going great here, Ken. Get in there, see what you can do kind of vibe. And that's what we got from him. The defense was the failure, it wasn't him.
Well, that is true. Yes. So you point on the defense. I do feel bad for Tomlin a little bit. So what did they, so what was it? The Thursday night game against the Browns. And then right after in the post game presser, he says, Trubisky's our guy. Right. So now he's stuck. When you make these guys answer, you're just kind of stuck with that. And now it's like, oh, he's a liar. Like, all right, I think you're right. It was the defense that blew that game. We would have been singing a different song about.
I mean, up 10 points
Pickett.
against the New York Jets in Pittsburgh. That's a pretty grim loss.
Well, what's your grade? Give a grade then. Let's see.
For how Pickett played in the
Jesus,
30 minutes,
yes.
I give him a B plus, A minus. I think he was.
A
I thought he was
minus.
terrific. Did you watch him?
Grade him by fruit then, if you're having trouble. A minus. You can't get an A anything for 3 interceptions.
I'm great. Unlike Tomlin says, you can't grade a rookie on the curve. I can. I'm grading him on a curve. He was dropped into a spot there. I thought he.
So what's a B minus? 5 interceptions in 30 minutes? What's how many would he have to throw? I know he ran for touchdowns and stuff like that. Martin, how much would you have liked having Sheck as a professor, like a graduate school professor? Give an A minus for 3 interceptions in 30 minutes.
I don't know if I would have been able to last through the hour and a half lecture because it would have felt like 5 and a half. It would have felt like it was 5.5 hours. Even getting a B minus, I would have rather transferred out and got
me a B minus, but then he might change it to a B plus and then change it to an A, but then get in touch after the fact and then campaign to
Dave. How about this? You just try to pick a winner the first time. Just try to pick a winner the first time. Just try to do that. That's hard enough for you.